Hey everyone, Jared here. Welcome to episode 11 of our mini drum lesson series. Today, it's time for an exam. So get ready, drum exam number 1 coming up next. Welcome back everyone, my name is Jared. I'm a drum teacher here in Dallas, Texas. We're doing this mini drum lesson series, taking you from the basics of drumming and slowly getting more advanced. So today, it's time for your first drum exam. This is an exam covering basically everything we've learned so far. So if you can get through this, then you're ready to move on to the future videos that are going to come. So let me just do a quick review of everything that we've learned so far and talk you through a couple things on the exam. Be sure to download the PDF of this exam in the description of the video. That way you can practice it during the week and make sure you've got it down. So a couple things on the music itself. So there's a few small things we have not talked about yet. So we talked about how the X on the music notation is the hi-hat. Well, there are two other X's that you're going to see on this sheet. The first one is for the crash, okay? And that's the very first X that happens on the PDF. That is on the ledger line, which is where you have an extra line more than the regular 5 lines of the staff. So this is on the ledger line above the top line of the staff. And that is the crash symbol, okay? The other thing that you're going to see on this page is the ride symbol, okay? The ride symbol is actually on the top line of the staff, okay? The hi-hat is right above the top line on the staff. So you'll see on the very first line of the page, we're playing on the hi-hat. So we hit the crash and then go to the hi-hat. And then after that, on the next line, we're on the ride. And in this exam, we're sort of going back and forth between the hi-hat and the ride for our groove. Okay, another thing you're going to notice here that we have not specifically talked about yet is the toms, all right? So we talked about how the snare is in the middle of the staff, in the third highest space on the staff, and how the kick drum is on the lowest space on the staff. Well, above the snare, that space on the staff is a tom, and below the snare but above the bass, so that second space on the staff, that is the floor tom, okay? So you're going to see both of those on this example. So really easy, just kind of makes sense. The higher note is the smaller drum, then you go down one line on the space, on the staff to the snare, then down another space to the floor tom, then all the way down to the kick. So really just kind of self-explanatory there, but we have not specifically talked about that. So you got crash, hi-hat, ride, tom, snare, floor tom, kick, and then two other little things you're going to see on this. You're going to see the repeat sign, okay? And the repeat symbol is where you have a thick black line, a thin black line, and 2 dots at the end of the staff, okay? So on this drum exam, you're going to start at the beginning. We have a lead-in drum fill, okay? So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, boo-ka, boom. Then we start playing, okay? And we have 4 measures, 4 measures, 4 measures, 4 measures, 16 measures total. Then you're going to see the repeat sign at the end of that and the repeat sign at the top. So you're going to go back to the beginning and play those 16 measures again. So after you've played through them twice, you'll be down on the very bottom line, and you'll only play that once just to end out the exam, okay? And the goal tempo for this is 100 beats per minute, okay? So you've got to play it at 100 beats per minute, start to finish, without stopping, no mistakes, and then you can move on to the next lessons, okay? So let me just play through this slowly for you. We'll just take it one line at a time. Very last thing. You're going to see 2 lines that start small and get bigger on one of the drum fills. That's called a crescendo, and that means you need to go from soft to loud, okay? So you want to have a little bit of a dynamic to that drum fill, not just a stagnant da 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 da. It's going to go like this, okay? So let me just walk you through each line on this exam, and it's just using 2 drum fills, and then we have 5 different drum rock beats that we're going to go through with this as well. So here we go. Nice and slow. I'm just going to play the first line for you. Okay. Here we go. So we have our pickup note at the beginning. So it'll go 1, 2. Okay, that is the very top line. So that drum fill at the end, we're going from soft to loud. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, then the second line is going to go like this. And here we're switching to the ride, so get ready for that. So it's going to go... Alright, so that drum fill, we're playing 3 beats of 16th notes, which remember 16th notes, we divide the beat into 4 equal parts, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So we're going 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a 4. So we have 3 beats of 16th notes and then a quarter note. And you have the kick drum hitting on the start of every beat as well. Da 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 do 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 da 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 da. Okay, those are just going to be single strokes, right left, alternating strokes. Okay, the third line, we have another kick pattern, and we're back to the snare drum. 2, 3, 4. All right, and then to the next line, the fourth line. Now we're back on the ride, and we're playing the kick on 1, the and of 2, and the and of 3. Boom, da, and 4. Then we're going to add that 16th note fill again. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and at that point, you would actually repeat all the way back to the beginning and do that again. All right, so once you've done that, you'll be at the very last line. And so let me just play you how that goes. You're going to stay on the ride for this, and we have a cool 8th note rhythm at the end with the snare, floor tom, and kick drum. You're going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, this is a really common phrasing where you're basically accenting every third 8th note. Da 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 da. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then you're going to crash on the downbeat kick and crash cymbal on beat 1 of the next measure. All right, so this last line would sound like this. All right, so if that is all making sense to you, then you are ready to try this first drum exam. So go ahead and grab your sticks and see if you can play along with me all the way through this at 100 beats per minute. Alright guys, so how'd you do? Did you make it through? Did this feel easy, hard? Let me know in the comments if you were able to make it through this drum exam at 100 beats per minute, start to finish, no mistakes. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. That is going to do it for our lesson today. Okay, moving on to the next lesson. If you were able to make it through this drum exam, we're going to start talking about some compound rhythms, combining 8th notes and 16th notes. So get ready for that. Again, just download the PDF in the description of the video so you can print this off, practice it. If you weren't able to make it through, that's fine. Just go slowly, okay? Memorize those beats and just work on it slowly, and you'll gradually be able to get there to that tempo. So thank you guys so much, and I will catch you in the next video.